$26,000.
And welcome back. We are live outside the Civic Center for the arrival of the St. Jude runners. You see behind me the Bloomington to Peoria group. I'm out in the middle of Fulton Street, and this is obviously the biggest turnout that we've seen for the arrival of the St. Jude runners. They're all the way down Fulton as the runners come in. They're 3 to 4 deep as you look back toward the Civic Center. And let's meet the Bloomington runners first. Organized by Dennis Klur and Sue Held, 21st year for this group. And this is a big money-making group too. $600,000 in that 21 years with St. Jude. And they are followed by the Quincy runners, coordinated by Rick and Randy Meehan. And they had a busy day, 160 miles on the road. And this is the second year for the Quincy group. As we continue with the migration from the west, the Macomb runners come in. This group organized by St. Jude parents Larry and Janet Moore. This is the 6th year for the Macomb runners. As you take a look at the big orange wave coming in, 70 runners hit the road for St. Jude this year. And as they pass by, now we get a look at the Springfield runners. Also organized by St. Jude parent Vicki Martino, along with Deb Brown of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department, the 15th year for the runners from Springfield. This is the 5th year for the St. Louis group. They're led by Tina Becker and Bill Gardner, along with Ron Weiss and Matt Pendergrass. This group's raised more than $130,000. Now the Quad City runners. Once again, St. Jude parents organizing this group with Jim and Kelly Schaefer. 25 runners making the trek from the Quad Cities. They've raised about $174,000 since they started back in 2000. Now take a look at the Chicago to Peoria runners. 13th year for the trek from Chicago. Last year alone, $251,000 from Chicago, and they expect more this year. This is organized by Art Hart and Peggy Donnelly. And now Champaign, organized by Jack and Anessa Parisi along with Amy Fuller. This is their 10th year of running. It's a long haul for them as well, 90 miles, close to 30 runners, and they brought in more than $100,000 for the kids of St. Jude. Now not quite as big in numbers, but as you can see, certainly in spirit, the Decatur runners. Jim Yegan's the organizer here. This is the 7th year for the runners from Decatur. You know, with those low numbers, these guys had to put in a lot of miles on the road. That's more than 75 miles. And that small group has brought in more than $73,000 for St. Jude. Now one of the veteran satellite runs, the LaSalle Peru runners, organized by Randy and Erica Pratt. 22nd year for this group.
Match is coming right away.
They're made up also of some runners from Chillicothe who run in the memory of Brad Wallen. Altogether, this group raised more than $400,000. LaSalle, Peru, and Chillicothe. Now take a look at the Lincoln runners. They're organized by Kelly Butterfield and Melody Gugin. 17th year for this group. Again, smaller numbers, but big money, $171,000. This is the 20th year for the Canton Runners, as always organized by Frank Duryea and Denise Pieper. 65 runners make the trek from Canton. And they also do a good job with the money with more than $320,000. One of the newer runs is really one of the more local runs. This is just a run of Richwoods High School. It's organized this year by Kirsten Sleeth and Leah Day. Sleeth also is participating in the Memphis to Peoria run. It's just the third year for Richwoods. They're running in memory of their classmate, Dick Rudolph. And now we see the runners from Elmwood coming in, organized by Tony McCoy again this year. This is the 9th year for the Elmwood runners, but they do a good job in fundraising. It's also a community that really supports running, and that's why you see the numbers. And now the Galesburg runners coming in. They're organized by Julie Morris. You're looking at about 35 runners here. They've been running for 21 years from Galesburg. Matter of fact, this was the very first satellite run back in 1984. And in that time, they have raised more than $220,000. Now here's the Pekin Run, also organized by St. Jude parents. Jackie and Kim Creech, along with Janice Swisher, organized in the memory of the Creech's son, Chad. Relatively younger group, 2002 when they got started, they've raised more than $100,000. And now this is the 18th year for the Tri-County Runners. As always, led by Al Toney and Peggy Joseph. 50 runners hit the road, along with a lot of can shakers you may have seen around town today. It works. They've raised more than $715,000 for St. Jude since back in 1989. And there are the Tri-County runners. All right. As always, of course, the big marquee event is the Memphis to Peoria run. And this is a signature year because it's the 25th year. Ever since Mike McCoy and Gene Pratt started this little run back in 1981, you might have seen the nightly news feature last night on Mike McCoy, where he talked about having really low goals at that time, like raising $25,000, which they couldn't even meet. Well, my, how things have changed. This group alone, the runners you see coming up right now, in their 25 years, have raised almost $7 million. The 21st anniversary edition of the St. Jude Memphis to Peoria run is here. 174 runners. And don't forget 10 cooks, 24 motorhomes, 3 vans, 1 truck, 465 miles, led by Mike McCoy. And Mike McCoy is with us. Wow. Nightly news feature, statue dedicated to you. You did something right this year.
I didn't do anything right. 170 people did something right. They know what it's all about. They get it. They get it.
How did it feel for you out there this year?
It was different, and it was easier. When you're not running 50 miles, you're only running 3 a day instead of 20 a day, but it was exciting and good.
Did it have even something different for you because of what you've gone through? And yet you're going back down and seeing the kids again, and it's got to be an entirely different feeling.
It was a huge feeling for me, for Tom and I both, because, we were told we wouldn't do this. And it's exciting to be able to do it. It's exciting to be able to come back with all the people and really make a difference.
Mike McCoy, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
I'll let you get in.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you. Mike McCoy, the co-founder of the St. Jude Run, as he walks in, and we're going to send you back in as well.
Boy, now the place is electric in here now with all these runners. Give them a hand, folks. Give them a hand. Wow. That is just phenomenal. And with me is Dr. Kay Saving from OSF St. Francis Medical Center and the Children's Hospital of Illinois.